it. And last year we had what we called the Potholes Exhibition, where we put the spotlight on bad roads across the country and compelled government to fix them. Now, this time, it is not potholes, it's the Filth Exhibition. What it's all about, you have been asking us. And joining me in the studio to tell us more about this campaign and what we seek to achieve is channel manager for JoyNews, Kwaku, my boss, and he joins me in the studio. Kwaku, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, Filth Exhibition, who want to even exhibit filth in the first place?
Well, the filth is already exhibited. It's in our compounds, it's on our roads, it's at the landfill sites, it's nearly everywhere. It's in the gutters. It's even in the air. So, as our duty is, which is to be the public interest media platform in this country, we thought about it to mirror this back to ourselves and for everybody to see how low we have sunk, so that there's that clear understanding that we cannot continue on this trajectory any longer. We need to fix this. There are institutions, there are agencies, there are private organizations that are paid to ensure that the filth is not at your doorstep.
Right.
Or it's not on the road. Everywhere you go in the districts, in the metropolitan assemblies, and the municipalities, the filth is there as if nobody cares about that. And the purpose for this campaign is to put the foot of the authorities and the individuals to the heat of accountability. Accountability first to yourself and also to the nation, that we collect the garbage and we dispose them off safely and according to the right processes. Now, so we've sent journalists around who are covering the filth wherever they are. You realize that even in Ghana, sometimes we collect the filth and we leave them, or we leave it just where we deposited it.
That's very true.
And sometimes even when we do cleanup campaigns, that's even worse.
After doing the cleaning up, we don't collect them. To the extent that at some point in Accra, I mean, the area is still there. I mean, this thing was so bad that the whole area became lavender hill because of the stench that emanated from the filth.
Go to Agboboloshi. Go to the central markets all around this country. The heaps of garbage that are there, they are becoming mountains. Sometimes even close to hospitals, you find filth. Now, so beyond the reporters who are going across the country to bring in these reports, we want to expand this so that you, the individual watching us, would also be part of this. Your part is to take pictures, take the videos, and do that citizen journalism that everybody can do because they hold a mobile phone. And take these pictures and send it to us.
So we've opened the door to everybody to be part of this storytelling.
Yes. So you take the picture, you take the video, and send it to any channel, multimedia journalist you know, and we'll also put out a number in our flyers that will tell you which specific channels to put these ones. And then the aggregate of these pictures and videos would be part of the storytelling. The good thing about this is that when you tell us where the filth is, you must give us location. So you take a photo somewhere at Kumasi,
Central Market,
or Central Market, or at Agboboloshi, or Atinga Junction, and you name it, that I took this picture here at Atinga Junction and the filth is humongous, it has to be fixed or it has to be cleared. Then we will aggregate all of these and put them in proper storytelling and let the people who are supposed to collect these filth pick them up.
And after the story is told, what next?
You know that we get results with stories. You know that this is the platform that the people that matter listen to. And the evidence will show that every time we have picked an agenda, people move in quickly to fix it. We have this trust and confidence in our platform that as we do this, day after day after day, the people who are paid to fix these will move in to fix it. Now, the rains are coming. So we want to do this such that it would help clean up the system, clear the drains and the trenches so that the rains will come and have their thoroughfare. So the reports we will do in July and in August about flooding, and that is as a result of silt and garbage in the wrong places, will be reduced.
All right, Goku, thank you very much for coming through. And there is more, because now let me bring back an episode of the Filth Exhibition series by my colleague Masola Gbagba that focuses on the sanitation situation in the prime area nestled between the Accra's iconic landmark Independence Square, or the Black Star Square, and the burial place of former President John Evans Atamils Asunje Park, which has become a dumping ground. Can you believe that?
The Independence Square and the Independence Arch, a reminder of Ghana's freedom from her colonial masters. Right beside it is the piece of land which also serves as a reminder to some unpatriotic citizens of their freedom. Freedom to openly defecate and dump their garbage. The authorities have found the perfect spot for a sit-down protest against waste management. Or perhaps it is the city authorities' way of saying, Happy Independence Day, enjoy the sights and smell. Right here, we confronted a man who had just finished defecating on this hallowed ground.
So why were you defecating here?
Through the defecating is that low land, they've been shitting there for a long time. And it was like Bola, the rubbish dump. Some people are shitting in this water. But me, I know that some are using it to wash. I will not do that.
Why were you defecating?
Defecating here, if you are defecating here, those who are living around here, they will not call it to be a crime. It's a lowland. And very soon, you will see people who will bring this in. It was even deep down. Because of the rubbish dam, you see that it is filling.
Do you think it's bad, especially because this place is very close to the Independence Square, and just right behind the walls of the Independence Square, you are defecating? You don't think it's wrong?
I know that it's wrong, but here like this, it's very, very wrong. I know that here too is not right. In case they are to do here, clear here, no, it's not right. Yeah. But the way it was bush, if you are here, no one will call it to be a crime. Okay. That's why we are shitting there. So that's why we are defecating there. But here, if you see a person shitting here, you will know that person is not normal.
For citizens who come here, it is to celebrate our nation's freedom. But what about our freedom from this mess? Perhaps city authorities want to give tourists and patrons a 360 independence celebration. After watching the display and exhibition of our culture and all that we stand for at the Black Star Square, you can come here for a part 2, this time a filth exhibition. Chata Winfred Annan is a resident.
Immediately when they removed the presidency from the Usu Castle to the Jubilee House, that is fine. Immediately they could have brought the national security people to the Usu Castle so that they can keep this place clean. But now, see, if you see the rubbish and where the people go to toilet here, it's very bad. There's nothing going on here. They said nobody should come to the beach, and people are going to private all over. If you turn and look at where the rubbish are, you see everything. So for me, it's terrible. Where the Independence Square is and where they go to private, I mean, it's not good. And so they're supposed to do something about it. And so if you look at the Asomdwe Park and where the people are going to the private, my man, the big others should do something about it.
Let's celebrate independence in every sense of the word, from freedom to cleanliness. Join us in our mission to turn this filth exhibition into a showcase of cleanliness and pride. Maxwell Agbagba for JoyNews.
So let's have a brief chat on this matter. And Patrick Apoya is a member of the coalition of NGOs in water and sanitation, JoyNews, and a wash expert. Mr. Apoya, second time within a week, and this time we are talking about filth. I mean, when you see them scatter on our roads, in our communities, to what extent are we in danger of any kind of infection? If you can kindly unmute for me, sir.
So sorry. Thank you.
All right.
I think you have painted a very good picture of where we are. And it is a list that a country that is seeking to attract tourism to its borders will be in this kind of situation. Usually, you would think diseases like cholera and other waterborne diseases are associated with solid waste and with liquid waste. Yes, indeed, it is the feces and the improper management of it along the chain that actually is the main cause of waterborne diseases. But in the case of Ghana, everybody will agree that it is difficult to separate solid waste from liquid waste, because in any boiler that you see, there are actually wraps of fecal matter in them. And therefore, you can conclude that any heap of rubbish that you see, is likely to be contaminated by fecal matter. And that makes it faster to spread to people, to animals, than when they are separate. And that is the dangerous situation about Ghana's solid waste. Can you imagine, every day we produce more than 12,000 tons. 12,000 tons. A ton is 1,000 kilometers, 1,000 kilograms. And if you're producing 12,000 tons, it means you're producing 12 million kilograms of solid waste every day. Only 44% of this is collected and managed. More than half is not collected. And every day, more than half comes to pile up again. A time will come when we just sink in it. The only reason why we are not sinking in it now is most of the excess is actually washed into the oceans and into river bodies.
Right.
Now making Ghana a very big source of ocean pollution, as we already know.
Let me ask a final question before I let you go, Mr. Apoya. And I mean, it's quite interesting that the assemblies, almost the budget that goes to the assemblies, a large part of it goes to deal with sanitation issues. Yet we have uncollected, filth or uncollected refuse scattered across the country. What really is the issue here?
I think the issue is more of an accountability problem than a performance problem concerning with the assemblies. When you say a greater chunk of the money, yes, it goes into sanitation, but none of that, I mean, it's a tiny fraction of that money actually gets to the assembly. A lot of the payments are done at the national level.
Right, taking out source.
When the assembly receives its budget, they'll tell you 50% has been deducted for this, another 10% has been deducted for this. So the huge chunk that you are seeing in the assembly's budget, less than 10% of it actually gets to the assemblies. And if it is actually deducted to be paid for goods and services related to sanitation, what is the accountability arrangement for the assembly to actually agree that the money you have subtracted from my budget has actually gone into a service that my assembly is benefiting from? That is where we are actually failing. That there's a disconnect between the deductions that the national level effects on assembly budgets and the control that assembly has over what is actually done and it's not done in their jurisdictions.
Mr. Patrick Apoya, thank you very much. He's a member of JoyNews and wash experts, and that is our Filth Exhibition. I mean, you can be a citizen journalist. If you see anything that falls within what we are talking about, just take a video, a picture of it, and forward it to us.